Good morning, and welcome to Thriving Tuesday Moments of Encouragement. Hashtag Be Encouraged. Good morning, Lady Clarice. I see you are here, and we're glad that you are here. I know that there are others, so why don't you just click in and say good morning so that I can say good morning to you. Grateful for the opportunity to be with you on today. As you can see in the background as we began, it just simply said, life is worth living. And we are going to talk today about what it means to live your life because you know you're worth it. Good morning, Reverend Fuller. Good morning, Sister Linda. I pray things are good in East Texas. Good morning, Sister Cross. Pray things are good in the Detroit area. We are grateful for your presence on today. Hello, my joy. We are grateful to be able to say to you, good morning. Welcome to March 1st. We have made it, and we've been able to celebrate another African American History Month, but African American history is 365. Don't you dare forget it. And as we move into Women's History Month, we're going to remember some of those women who are both African American and women who have paved the way for everything that we are able to experience and to enjoy in our lives today. So let's get started. Today, we're going to talk about what it means to have a life that's worth living. Life that's worth living. Now, sometimes we struggle with that thought because we know that we've seen multiple suicides. And I remember a time when you very seldom saw anyone in the African American community who was committing suicide, but that has changed. And so we know that there's a lot going on. Good morning, gentlemen, Mr. Deljon and Brother Metcalf. I pray you're feeling better, sir. I know that you are. I trust that God is healing you. And so we are often here, just live your life, keep maintaining, keep doing. And sometimes we get in a maintenance rut. And maintenance is not living, y'all. It's existing. And so my encouragement for us today is to live your life because your life is worth living. Not worth maintaining, not worth hanging in there, not worth holding on, but worth living, that we are utilizing every moment of every day to its greatest extent. Now, we're going to have some lulls. We're going to have some times when we just want to zone out. Absolutely. That's called refreshment. That's called mindfulness, getting yourself back into a place where you can move forward with some passion and with some strength. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about getting off the grid. Sometimes we get off the grid, not intentionally. We fall off the grid. And then we're not living. We're existing, but we're not living. Been talking to some people, watched a video on yesterday of a minister, a pastor who has just gotten tired, has gotten burnt out, who is no longer living, but existing, no longer caring about what's going on because he's too busy trying to heal from all the hits he's gotten everywhere else. And he's not alone. Many of us are in that place where we feel like we've been hit from things from so many different ways that we're not really living. We're just kind of here. We're kind of numb. We're kind of just going through the motions. We get up in the morning because God wakes us up, and while we're grateful and we thank God for that, the rest of the day can sometimes be a blur because we're just doing the things we have to do. But we're not doing anything we want to do because we don't want anything. I came to encourage us, as I encourage myself, live your life because it's worth living. Look inside, look at all of the wonderful things that God has blessed you with, all the wonderful things that God has imparted to you and you alone, and decide that life is worth living. And when you live that life and then you can love that life, then not only is life worth living, but now life is worth living and loving the life you live. Isn't that wonderful that you can love the life you live, even though you got struggles? We're going to have struggles. We're going to have some pains. We're going to have some things that do not go the way we want them to. But if we can put those in perspective and know that sometimes our struggles come to make us stronger, then we'll live through it. We'll live through it. We'll live through it. And when we live through it, we can live lives that are worth living because we know it. Somebody today is watching this and you're not so sure that your life is worth living. But I want to encourage you that your life is worth living. What you have inside of you is worth sharing. What you have that you've been given is going to make someone smile. I don't care whether the people around you value you or not. You better look in that mirror and value what you see so that you can live a life that is worth living, that you can embrace you, that you can embrace the person that you are, the gifts that you have, the greatness that is within you. And you will then know that maintenance is purely just that. It's maintenance. I just got a car not too long ago, and I'm grateful for the amount of free maintenance that they gave me as part of the deal. But eventually that maintenance is going to end, and I'm going to have to purchase what maintains the vehicle. I'm saying to you, don't get stuck in a maintenance rut, because at some point, maintenance is only that, and it will not fix that which may really be wrong sometimes. It keeps things moving. It keeps things going, keeps your oil changed, keeps your fluids in, but it doesn't help the car to move. You can have all the maintenance in the world and not have any gas, and your car will be in perfect condition, but it won't go anywhere. You got to know that you got to put in the fuel that keeps you going. I hear you, Sister Clarice, and I appreciate that, because I thought about that when I was writing this theme down for today, because life is worth the living. We sing that hymn, just because Jesus lives. Well, because Jesus lives, we get to live. And when we get to live, we got to live a life that's worth living, worth living, worth living. And then you will, sunshine, share with family and friends, not only this broadcast, but you'll share your life with them. You won't be a hermit. You won't be the one who stays in the house and doesn't connect with anybody. I went to a funeral over the weekend with some persons who've been in my family, connected to our family my entire life. And I realized how much we had missed because of distance, and how much our coming together, even though we were careful, all of those things, but our coming together made a difference because it reminded us of the connections of our lives, the connection of our whole lives, that we had known each other so long that it didn't feel awkward, that we could walk into the room and have remembrances and share with one another and be excited, even in our sadness, about being able to share with each other. Know that your life is worth living. Know that come what may, when you wake up in the morning, that God has blessed you to see another day, know that whatever you intend to do is going to change somebody's life. So when you know that, then you can share your life with others. Know that you are sharing your life and your light. Because when you share your life, you share a light. And when all of those lights get together, then we can glow. We can come together and be the glow that allows God's spirit in us to connect with one another and then make a difference in the world we live in. It is election day. We know that for many of us, this is a day where many of us have voted early, but for some, this is that day. Don't miss the opportunity to live your life fully out. Take every single opportunity that you have to make a difference. Don't just maintain, just don't say whatever happens, I'm gonna be all right. No, find your passion, find your glow, find it, and know that your life is worth living. It is. You're worth fighting for, and your life is worth living. Don't you dare forget it. Don't you dare go through another moment where you don't remember that your life is worth living. Isaiah 58:11, just so that I can tell you what it says. It says that the Lord will guide you continually, will satisfy your soul in dry places, and strengthen your bones. And you shall be like a watered garden, like a spring of water whose waters do not fail. So God has equipped us because God is with us continually to do what? To strengthen our bones, to make the dry places fluid again. And then once that happens, then we can bloom. We can be like those plants that are watered and that they bloom, and they bloom right where they are. Bloom where you are. Live your life fully out. Don't make the mistake of thinking because you're not like another plant or you don't bloom like that one blooms, that your bloom is not important. Bloom where you're planted. Be the best you can be, because your life is worth living. Don't tell yourself anything different. Don't let anybody else say anything differently to you. Don't ever tell a child what they're not worth, because it stays with them. Make sure that you are a source of life and living and love and kindness to everyone that you come in contact with, because you never know who needs to know that their life is worth living. Go forth today. Be a blessing to anyone you come in contact with. Make sure that they know that their life is worth living, because you know your life is worth living, and you approach them in the same way that you know that you received your own life. No more maintaining. Live it all. Live it full out. Give it the best that you have. Know that God will be with you continually. Will change your dry places to that which is moist and able to receive seed and to grow. That God will strengthen your bones, and that you will bloom, because you will be well watered and able to bloom with all that God has given you. May God bless you and keep you. Heaven smile on you. Your life is worth living. And be encouraged. See you soon.